to Stamp Designs with Denise. I'm Denise Johnson in Bedford, New Hampshire. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you for joining me and watching my video today. Hi Amy, looks like Amy's on with us. Welcome. I am going to be showing you some hashtag simple stamping today. So I remember when I went to my first Stampin' Up! Event and it was very overwhelming. I loved all doing the stamping and doing all of that and being creative and the cards that we made. But then when you get the catalog, it can be extremely overwhelming. There's so much in there, and my wish list was miles long, and of course my budget did not allow for that at the time. And so I wanted everything. So every month Stampin' Up! Issues a challenge to demonstrators to kind of remember your roots and go back to the hashtag simple stamping and show customers how easy it is to create cards with just stamp, ink, and paper. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to start with that, and I will do some super cute, great cards and with just stamp, inks, and paper, and then I will show you how I stepped it up a little bit by adding some sparkle and ribbons to the same card, but just so they both look great. It's both whatever you can afford, whether you want to go for the more embellishments or you just like the simple stamping. Those cards will also be great to use. So thanks for watching. I'm going to turn my camera around here, get started. Just let me make sure that I am actually, well, I guess I saw Amy was on, so I guess I do know that I am live because I have someone watching me, and I just want to make sure it's recording. So if you are watching this video, you want to comment or share, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. I do a raffle every single week. Whoever, for anybody that comments, then they go on a raffle, they win a prize. So the winner from last week is Karen. So thank you for your comments and for watching and sharing. And I am going to then get this turned around and we will get started. Let me just get this all lined up in here. Make sure I'm centered. And there we go. So I do want to let you know that actually starting on October 1st, which is Thursday, there is going to be a designer series paper sale that Stampin' Up! Is offering for the whole entire month of October. They have select papers that are going to be 15% off. So I will post this PDF on my blog so that you can look at it. There's 15 different paper packs that are going to be on sale, and that will start on October 1st, which is Thursday, and it does run for the whole entire month. The October paper pumpkin is Joy to the World, where you'll make 8 elegant holiday cards. You have until October 10th to subscribe or to decide if you want to opt in for this kit or not. I guess you're already opting in if you are a subscriber. You have to opt out if you do not wish to receive that month's card. And then we're coming down to the end of our Get and Go starter kit promotion. If you'd like to be a team member of mine, I would love to have you on my team. The promotion for this month only is you will get an additional 2 stamp sets, the Queen Anne's Lace and the So Much Love, and a package of rhinestone, and then you will get 16 cardstock packages to make 16 different cards using the free stamp sets that you're getting. So it is a $125 value for only $99. So if you are interested in that, please reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you about it and give you more information. It's a great starter kit promotion that they're having, and that will end on Wednesday, the 30th. So that's all my housekeeping stuff. Now I'm going to make 5 cards today using the simple stamping, and so Stampin' Up! Does actually sell note cards and envelopes. They sell them in the Whisper White and the Very Vanilla. They are sized 5 by 3.5. I like to make my own card bases, and so what I do is I buy the thick cardstock in the Whisper White or the Vanilla, and score and cut them myself, which I'm going to show you how I did that. And then they also sell medium envelopes in the Whisper White, Very Vanilla, and they also sell clear envelopes. So that's what I do. I buy my own cardstock in the envelopes and then make the card bases myself. So this is a thick cardstock. I like the thick cardstock for my card bases. It gives it some more heft, and I use my paper trimmer. It has a cutting blade and a scoring blade. So the first thing I do is I'm going to score it at 4 1/4 inches. And then cut it at 5 1/2. And that gives me 2 card bases from 1 sheet of paper. So this comes with 24 sheets of paper, so you could get 48 card bases out of this one package. And then the envelopes come, Whisper White medium envelopes, they come to 50 in a package. So we will use those today for our cards. So the first card we're going to make, I'm going to use the Swirly Frames stamp set, which just has squares, rectangles, circles, and then we're going to use the Massive Thanks for our sentiment. So I'm going with some bright colors today. We're going to do Coastal Cabana, Gorgeous Grape, Mango Melody, and Poppy Parade. So I'm going to take one of my card bases, fold it in half here. I'm going to scrap piece of paper underneath. And I'm going to actually stamp my sentiment first so that I can then arrange around my sentiment. So I'm using the Poppy Parade. And I think I want to put this right here. And then I got the Coastal Cabana. So I've mounted all my shapes on my blocks, and I'm just going to go around now and I'm going to randomly stamp these shapes around my card. I'm just going to set that aside. I might want to come back and use that one again. Now I have the Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to use the square. Then we'll do a circle one in the Poppy Parade. And now we'll do the Mango Melody. I think I'm going to do another fill in here. I'm getting ink on my fingers. Clean up before I smudge something on my card and have to redo it. I just stuck that in the wrong color. See, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I'm going to leave it as it is before I mess up again. And let me just get my stamps out of the way so I don't get ink on them. Okay, so there we go. So that is our card using stamps, ink, and paper. And then I wanted to show you that I made this card, and if you want to step it up a notch, what I did was I cut a piece of Whisper White at 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches, and then I had a layer of Bermuda Bay paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and layered that. I used the Playing with Patterns resin dots to add some dots for some dimension, and then I added a ribbon, and this ribbon is the Coastal Cabana one that comes with the Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. So that's how I stepped it up. So there's our simple stamping and our stepped up card. So let me just set this aside and we'll go on to our next one. So I have my card base. And for this one, we're going to use the Triangle stamp set. This does come with a coordinating dies that will cut out the different triangle shapes, but we're not going to use those today. We're just using stamps, ink, and paper. So I have the colors Cherry Cobbler, Crushed Curry, Soft Suede, and Shaded Spruce. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp my tree right in the middle. And then the stamp set comes with a little stem for our tree, trunk, I guess it is. So I'm doing that in the soft suede. Every tree needs a star, so that's in the Crushed Curry. And then for my sentiment, I have the Joy and Cheer. And there we go, there's our simple stamped card. So then for this one, made the same card, and again I added a layer of the Cherry Cobbler, stamped my tree on a Whisper White layer, and then I added the ribbon I used is the Snowflake Splendor ribbon. It has a lot of sparkle in it. I used the holiday rhinestones for my tree, and then for the label I cut a 3/4 inch Whisper White and then a 1 inch Cherry Cobbler, and I layered it and I punched it out using the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Bunch. So there we go, there's our simple stamping and our stamped up card. As you can see, these simple stamping cards, they move along pretty quickly. They're easier to do when you're not doing a lot of the layering on them. Now, let me get this stuff out of the way. And we'll move on to our next card. So for this one, I'm using the Game On stamp set and Basic Gray and Real Red ink. So we have our, and I do have a scrap piece of Whisper White for this. So what I want to do is I'm going to stamp the cards in the Real Red on the Whisper White. And then I'm going to use my paper snips and I'm going to cut them out. So when I'm using my paper snips, I use a small pair, and then I turn the paper and keep my steady pressure on my scissors, and I find that gives me a nicer, less jagged cut. But that's what works for me. Okay, so that's cut out now. So to create our card, I'm going to stamp my sentiment right down here in the middle. Hope your day is all fun and games. And then there's this little like board graphic that I kind of want to just put on either side of my cards, like that. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals to pop up my cards. And there's that. So that's our simple stamping card. And then if you want to step it up, this is the stepped up card. I used the Real Red layer. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. My Whisper White layer is 3 3/4 by 5. I did the same stamping. I cut out the cards in the same stamping. I added some of these metallic pearls in the silver color, and then I have this metallic mesh ribbon that I tied around it and did a little knot to step it up. So there we go. There's those 2 cards. Okay, let me clean up a little bit. I feel that when I'm working here, my space gets smaller and smaller if I don't move stuff off my desktop while I'm doing this. Okay, so those 2 are done. Our next card uses the Perfectly Plaid Garden Green, and then I also am going to use a punch with this, the Pine Tree Punch. So I need a block here for my stamp set. So this frame comes from the Swirly Frames kit stamp set that we used in the very first card. This one, I didn't use this on the first card that I made, so I'm using it now on this one. And I have my card base. I'm going to stamp this frame in Real Red. I'm going to put that a little bit towards the top. And I managed to get it pretty straight. And then my sentiment, which is just a Merry Christmas, is going to go right down here. And I'm going to stamp the tree on a scrap piece of Whisper White paper. And punch this out. And we'll use some dimensionals to pop that up. And there we go, there's our simple stamping card. And then for the stepped up version, I did the layer of real red cardstock. I did the same stamping on the Whisper White, punched out the tree, and then I added in these wonderful gems on the tree. They have a little bit of a sparkle inside the gems. I don't know if you could see that. And then I added the, what is this called? This is called the braided linen trim in the real red behind my tree. So simple stamping to stepped up. And then going on to our last card, I'm going to use the Snowman Season stamp set, the Snowman Builder Punch. I have Misty Moonlight, and I have Seaside Spray for my colors. And then I do have some Stampin' blends in red, gold olive, Seaside Spray, and this is Pumpkin Pie. They're all the light colors of that. So I need to clean this. I'm going to use this swirly frame again. So get the ink off of that. And let's get our card base out. Okay, I'm going to stamp the frame in the Misty Moonlight. Put that away. I don't think I need that again. And then my sentiment is Let It Snow. I'm also doing that in the Misty Moonlight. And while I have this out, I'm going to stamp my snowman on a scrap piece of paper in the snowman hat. Put this one away, and before we cut it, I'm going to color in this. He's going to get a pumpkin pie nose. I'm going to color the hat in with the Seaside Spray. And then the holly on the hat is going to be in the red and the old olive. Now I have my snowman punch, so I'm going to punch him out. Oh, I knew they did that. I punched the hat the wrong way. So this is my trick for doing this. I want to put it in there. I need a Post-it note, and this will hold my piece of paper when it's too small for me to hold it with my fingers. I put it on a Post-it note, and then I can get it where I want it and punch it out. Peel the Post-it note off the back. And also for this snowman, there are little arms in the punch, and I had a piece of early espresso that I'm going to put in and punch him out 2 arms. So now our snowman is done, and we'll work on our card. So I have these snowflake stamps that I'm going to stamp inside my frame. I'm going to use some glue dots to stick my snowman arms on the back. And then he's going to get some dimensionals. And we'll get a small dimensional for our hat. We're going to stick him right here in the middle. What a happy little guy. And then put the hat on his head like that. Oh, and I smudged my ink again. Okay, so that's our simple stamping card. And then here is my stepped up version. I layered it on Misty Moonlight, the Whisper White layer, did the same exact stamping, same snowman, and then I added in this metallic ribbon, which is in the Seaside Spray color. And then in the middle of my snowflakes, I added the pearl jewels and did that. So there we go. Simple stamping to my stepped up amazing version. So those are my cards. I think I went a little faster today. I did 5 cards, but as you can see with the simple stamping, they come together very quickly with very little supplies, and they're still just as much fun and just as wonderful as the stepped up versions. So let me see if I can get these all in here. This was the Perfectly Plaid. This is the one with the game on. This is my tree angle. And then our first one that we did was with the swirly frames. So there we go. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to share and comment if you want to be entered in a raffle. September host code is right here if you'd like to place an order and it's under $150. Use this code and you'll get a free gift from me. Every month, anyone that places an order with me during that month gets a PDF file with exclusive card projects. You can subscribe to my blog. It's at stampdesignswithdenise.net. I have a YouTube channel and then this Facebook channel. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go.